Here are the tests on my 1982 Crane toilet. I'm not so sure that this is actually a Radcliffe because I had a 1982 Crane Radcliffe and the base was different, the tank was different, and the bowl was even slightly different. But perhaps this was just an early 3.5 gallon model. It is set to the waterline and using a standard flapper. I also forgot to mention that there is the top part of a bong in the tank. That's real nice. So I'll show you guys a flush and then let's see how it does on tests. The flush is surprisingly good. I was thinking that it would flush very similarly to those first generation Crane Radcliffes that actually use a very similar bowl, but it appears that they have improved it so that it actually works well on the 3.5 gallon tank. So I'm going to add some water to the bowl and then let's see if it can take a washcloth. I'm pretty sure it'll pass. A washcloth is an easy test. It did perfectly, as expected. Now let's see if it can take a grocery bag. This should be pretty easy as well. I don't see why it would fail. Again, it did perfectly. Now let's see if it can take the washcloth and the grocery bag together. It could honestly go either way. I think it has a good chance of clogging. So let's see. That was impressive. I noticed my grocery bag is getting a little on the more worn out side. I don't think that would have anything to do with it. If it was a new bag, it would probably have struggled just a tiny bit more, but still, that's impressive. Now, let's see if it can take a dish towel. I think it'll probably clog on this. I would be genuinely surprised if it doesn't. Dang, it made it past the opening, but it seems to have stopped up in the same spot as the washcloth and the grocery bag did. But unlike those, it actually did get stuck. So I'm going to hold the handle down, empty the rest of the tank, which is about half, and see how it does. Still clogged. I'm gonna let that fill up and then give it another flush. Of course, by now all the water has drained out of the bowl. I honestly think that it's stuck at the pipe. I'm gonna check that real quick. It was in the toilet. I don't know why it was letting so much water past. Usually toilets don't do that when they're clogged. I'm gonna try that test again and see if it does any differently. And as you may be able to hear, it has started to rain a little bit more than before. It's been drizzly all day, but I think I'm gonna have to pause the video after this and resume it when I can get some dry skies. It just tried to take it all at once. There's definitely no way that could have gone through. So now, before I get soaking wet, I am going to pause this video and go inside, and I'll be back out when the rain has let up. So the rain is not stopping anytime soon, so I'm just going to figure out how to do the rest of the video in the rain. But overall, I would say the performance of this toilet is very good. I mean, it did clog on the dish towel, but the dish towel is a pretty large piece of cloth, so you can't really blame it for clogging on that. It took the washcloth in the grocery bag, and that's more than can be said for a lot of toilets. So anyway, now let's move on to the flush tests. For the first flush test, let's see how it flushes with a dry bowl. I'm guessing that it will fill up and it'll either come close to siphoning or it will barely siphon. That guess was pretty much on point. It started to siphon, but it didn't have enough power, so it stopped. I would not consider that a pass. This is just one of those toilets that needs its siphon jet more than others, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. It really is taking me some time to get used to these dry bowl tests, because I just described its failure as though I had just done a clogged siphon jet test. What I meant to say was, it really needs that water in the bowl. And what I said back there was more relevant to this test than I'm about to do. So now let's see how it flushes with a clogged siphon jet. It did pretty much about the same as it would with a dry bowl. It flushed a whole lot, but it just didn't have enough power to siphon. So it definitely is one of those that really needs its siphon jet and really needs that water in the bowl, and I'm not going to mix those two up again. So I left my container of dirt in a toilet tank so that it would not get rained on, and that was a good idea, as you can tell. I'm going to go ahead and get that, and then I'll resume the video once I have my dirt. I'm not sure how this will do. I'm guessing the bowl rinse will be good, assuming the rain doesn't rinse it first. And I also think the bowl clearance will be pretty good. The bowl clearance is amazing from the looks of it, and it looks like the rinse has a major weak spot. Wow. Around the sides looks really good. On this side looks really good as well. That's real nice. But it's got the same weakness as the plebe with that one piece in the back, and my stupid tripod just tips. So I'm going to figure out how to get this back up, and then I will reposition my phone and hopefully be able to continue the rest of this video in peace without nature bugging me and without tripping over my tripod. So let's get this back in place, and then I will see if it can take the rest of that dirt in another flush. Yeah, you're just gonna have to use the brush on that spot if you've got one of these toilets installed. So that's obviously disappointing. The other qualities of this toilet are definitely very good, but that one spot is just not really good at all. So I would definitely install this toilet. So anyway, that is all for this rainy video. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.